What does it mean to be an owner of a home as tenants in common? Hey everyone, this is Cheryl Morrison, your local Chicagoland real estate attorney, and today let's talk about this method of being an owner of a home. So there are a number of different options that you can take title to a home with another person, and tenants in common is actually the default rule here in Illinois. And it provides a few different things. First off, there is no rights of survivorship. What that means is that if you have two owners, when one of them passes away, their interest in that home does not automatically pass to their co-owner. Rather, it will go to whoever they specify in their will. If they don't have a will, then the property becomes the asset of whoever is their heir at law. So this method of ownership can be good in some circumstances. If you have a home that you own with a friend, perhaps you don't want your interest in that home passing to your friend. Maybe you want it to go to a family member. So this is important to know, because if you want it to go to a particular family member but you don't have it in your will, you really want to make sure that you get that in place so that it goes to the proper person. If you own a property though with say your spouse or perhaps a family member, and you do want that your interest in the property to go to that co-owner, spouse, or family member, then the tenants in common wouldn't actually accomplish that. You would need something else again in order to do that, to make sure that under your will or under the default rules for asset transfers when someone passes away, that it would go to the proper person. So the first thing to know about tenants in common, there's no rights of survivorship. The second thing to know is that one owner can transfer their interest in the property to someone else without the consent of their co-owners. So this is again really important. If you have a home that you own with a friend, if something happens down the road, they would be able to transfer their ownership to somebody else. Maybe that's not very likely, but you never know what might happen. So this is okay. It's just something that you want to think through to make sure that you have a plan in place so that you don't end up, with a roommate who sells their interest in the home that you bought together to somebody else, and then some, person that you don't get along with is moving into your house, right? Something to think about there. And then the final thing is that there are no protections against creditors. So if one of the owners gets sued for whatever reason, that creditor can try to attach that judgment to the house and then enforce it, and possibly even foreclose against the house in order to get that judgment paid. So there's not a lot of ways around that part of owning a home, unless you are married and instead hold your home as tenants by the entirety, or you set up a trust of some kind. So again, that's something to think about if you are in, if you're a business owner, if you're in a line of work that, the potential to be sued, if you drive a lot, all those different things where you're more likely to perhaps have some liability, the issues, it might be another good reason to reconsider holding property as tenants in common and choose a different method of ownership instead. So I hope that this overview of this has helped you and been beneficial for you. If it has, do give it a like, share it with anyone else who might be interested in this information, and please be sure to subscribe so that you can continue seeing my videos. Thanks everyone, have a good day.